Welcome everybody to another episode of Guerrilla Gospel. We got a little storm going on, and there was a parade going on. And the kids was out there beating their hearts out, bro. And I'm talking about, I love it when kids get out there and they beating drums and stuff, bro. But I can't attend none of that stuff really no more. But I'm glad they had fun. Man, stop scratching, bro. Okay? Stop scratching. Thank you. Thank you very much. But anyways, we're gonna get into another segment here. I got some decent feet for a bum, don't I? And that's 10 years. I mean, they still ratchet a little bit now, but I got some decent feet for a bum. I've been living on the streets 10 years, baby, and I can vouch that my feet, hey, bro, they hurt. My toes hurt. But this is a segment, right? And it's something to deal with. You know what I'm saying? When God put things in your way, when God put people or place or just anything in your way, you can't just bypass it. You can't just blow past it, bro. So let's see how we could translate this, because I just caught wind of this, and I just want to get a feedback if you guys would like to do that for me. And what we're coming out of is when Samson, he wanted this woman. He said, I seen a woman, and he went to all his pops and them and said, now go get her to marry me. And he said, get her for me, for she pleaseth me well. And see, on that note, it was kind of forbidden for Israelites to marry into the Philistines. It's not a prejudice thing like we want to say right now. Blacks shouldn't be with whites and all this other stuff and everything. It's more of, you know what I'm saying, God's chosen people, so to speak, are to stay in camp because of the situations of people who follow other gods and all that type of stuff, bro, and will get you to turn to their gods. You know what I'm saying? Like our brother Solomon did at the end. My poor brother, he got bitter at the end. But the only reason the rule was applied is not because God was prejudiced. And it's not because to be prejudiced, no. Because, see, when Moses married into that Ethiopian, she was black. And I don't know, most likely Moses wanted he wanted to date outside his race or whatever, outside the Israelites, and they all tripped on him. And God came down in the form of a cloud and said, how you gonna trip on my servant when I'm not telling him nothing? This is his brother and his sister. Now the whole town rigged on him. But God wound up giving the sister leprosy because she was like still tripping in front of God, saying she ain't gonna stay here or something like that, just snapping out, talking about all that. And I guess most likely she was the most bitter out of the clique, and she got leprosy. God said, you know what, now you got leprosy just from being so evil. You dig? It ain't about no race thing, bro. It's about who believes in God, who follows God, and who won't turn you away from God. If you want to turn the man of God away from God, it's okay to marry outside your race. There's no such thing as a race. There's only a human race, all right? But there's a godly and an ungodly race. And this is the ones that you can't mingle with, being children of God, followers of God. I learned that the hard way, come to find out. But anyways, he see this woman pleases him, and we go off of pleasure when we look at a dime or something, We go off of pleasure when we look at a six-pack, We go off of that what pleases the eye. Now, did it please God Most likely no. And if the mother and the father was trying to tell him, hey, wait a minute now, hold up, son. You know you got some pretty cool girls in your own camp now. And he didn't want to listen, you know. And Samson, he just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? If you read about Samson, he a hair trigger. You know, a lot of that power that he was gifted with, he definitely abused it in some ways. But it did show that God give power to people, bro, to do a lot of things. Now, out of reading what Samson done with the power of God, he kind of lost, you know, his power in his life from dealing with a ratchet group of people that was all twisted. So I mean, you got Samson dealing with what he dealing with, and then we get down to the part where, and he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased him well. Now, come to find out that word pleased is a very serious word coming from the Bible in those days and everything. Just like when the young boy David was standing in front of King Saul after he got through from playing the harp, said that Saul took David and loved him greatly. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible doesn't sugarcoat anything about the things that the man of God or whatever done. But it's for you to realize that people fall doing this walk. And to hide that will be deceiving. And this is what God is not. God is never a deceiver. He's going to let you know, hey, yeah, I place people in power. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus said, never put your trust in man, they'll fail you all the time. And this is why God had to send Jesus. Because man will fail you all the time. So now he gave his power to Samson. And here goes Samson on a path of failure. All behind a woman. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, I think it was 2 wives that he wound up being with. Because the first one, the guy took his wife. When Samson got mad after she told the father and all of them the riddle, Samson wound up leaving. He was mad, but then he returned to his wife. But the father already gave her away. How you gonna give a married woman away? I don't know. But Samson tripped out, and boy, look, Samson was a hair trigger, boy. I wouldn't want to run into Samson on a dog night with a gun in my hand. I think I'll shoot myself. But anyways, so okay, you know, the deal about Delilah, right? Delilah deceived him and found out his you know what I'm saying, his deal and everything. But you know, the path that led him there was when he was going down to meet this woman, he said, and he went down and the woman pleased him. Now before that, it says, then went Samson down and the father and his mother to Timnah, something like that, and came to the vineyards of Timnah. And behold, a young lion roared against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid, and he had nothing in his hand. But he told not his father or his mother what he had done. And see, they all went down there together, but this is a separation right now. All right? Because now that they're down there, most likely the father and the mother is talking to the parents, because right after he killed the lion, that's when he went down to meet the girl, and she pleased him well. You did? And it says, nah, after a time, he returned to take her. All right? And he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion. And behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. All right? Now, forgive me if I'm saying this, but maybe that lion was a sign for Samson to turn away. You know, judging that the honey appeared into the lion after the fact. It was like, you know, it was like the rainbow after the end of the flood. You know what I'm saying? Type of deal, you know? You know, another sign on top. It was a sign, a short sign showing that this was something special that came, that died here. I sent this. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a bunch of bees making a nest in the carcass. Alright? This is after some time. I don't know how much time that was. I mean, can bees make a deal out of a carcass? I don't know. Can they make a beehive out of them? I don't know. Look how dirty that is. That's my cat, y'all. Don't trip on me. And jumping in and out. But he cool. I put that there so he could wipe his feet. Ain't he cool? Even my cat wipe his feet. But anyways, let's get back to it. You gotta watch for the signs when God put things in your way. Now, when I was coming up, I missed a lot of signs. And I talked to God a lot throughout my whole situation when I wanted this one woman. When I wanted this one woman, he did. I seen that she wasn't as godly as, you know, some background or something, some morals. She had none. But something told me to stay there. God told me to stay there. Because I told God, if you want me to stay with us, do something to make me stay. And he did something to make me stay. And then, you know, he also gave me a time to leave, but I didn't want to leave at that time. And that's when a lot of hell broke loose on me. Because right at that time, when he told me to stay, picture, 10 years went by, but before the 10 years went by, he told me that was going to be the time for me to leave. And I don't really take him serious at talking about it, but it's only until I realized that, hey, this man told me to do this, and I didn't listen. You'll know when you're getting punished. But I didn't leave at that 10-year mark, because see, she had a kid. And the kid was too young to really fend for herself, and the people that was living around her, well, they was dangerous. And they was like, you know, a lot of, you know, they didn't believe in that interracial thing. And that kid was interracial. She, you know, she was, you know what I'm saying? You dig? But, so I stayed, and I helped her grow. I watched her. 2 times I stopped her. She was about to hurt herself bad. 2 times I walked in on her. I was thanking God for allowing me to be in her life. Because I walk into the, you know, this is when I was still running in the streets a little bit. I was still running in the streets, and though I gave up the streets, you heard me, a little bit. This is like 1999. And I go in the house, and she about to drink a whole bottle of ammonia underneath the cabinet. Now, she was thirsty. And the people that was in there was sitting at the table, didn't get a girl no water, but sitting there watching, about to drink it. As soon as I walk in, I grab her. Then again, I grab her about to take off down the hallway with a knife, butcher knife turned upside down in her hands. But we gotta look for the signs, y'all. And we gotta deal with the fact that if a person is not about God, 9 times out of 10, they won't be about you. So, take it in stride, man. Sometimes some things is just not as good as it looks. So may the angels say amen, and let New Orleans say word.